Daughter, stop what you're doing. Listen to my voice. It is I, the Lord your God, and today I come to deliver you an urgent message, a message that can save your soul, a message you can't ignore. You've been walking distracted. You have ignored the signs that I have sent, the dreams, the warnings, the sudden feelings that invade your heart. All of this is me trying to talk to you, but you're leaving me on the outside. You're trying to go it alone and are in danger. Yes, danger. I am not talking about something physical but spiritual. Your soul is at risk, and it is out of love, only love, that I now come to warn you. You feel that there is something wrong, don't you? That no matter how much you smile, something in you is crumbling inside. I see everything. I know your pain. I have heard your silent prayers, your cries muffled in the pillow. I know the loneliness that surrounds you even when you are surrounded by people, and yet you have resisted. You have turned away from my presence. You have closed your eyes to what I want to show you. Today, I don't ask, I cry out. I beg you, listen to what I have to say, because this message is what can prevent your fall, your destruction, your eternal separation. I still have plans for you, and the time to comply is now. This is the moment. Now is the time that heaven has set for your awakening. It is not by chance that you are hearing my voice. It's no coincidence that this video has come to you. I moved the invisible to reach your heart. At this very moment, there are battles being fought for your soul. At this time, as you go about your routine, there are spirits trying to bring you down, and there are angels fighting to keep you standing. But your indecision has given gaps, and the enemy has used these breaches to take you further and further away from me. You need to understand, your spiritual life is in a state of emergency. I've been trying to reach you in the details, in the conversation with a stranger, in the music that played at the right time, in that feeling that something is wrong. But you've been calling it a coincidence. You have explained everything logically when it was my hand touching your soul. The time for play is over. Your life is at stake. Your eternal future is at stake, and I will not allow the enemy to take you away without first giving you this last chance to awaken. I love you, and out of love I call you now. Your heart can still be healed. Your history can still be rewritten, but there will be no transformation without delivery. There will be no salvation without decision. Do you hear me? I'm here knocking on the door, but I will only enter if you open it. Daughter, listen well. You were not created by chance. Every strand of your hair has been counted by me. Every step you have taken, every tear you have shed, every victory and every fall, I have been there. And before you were even born, I had already written a sacred story about your life. You are not a mistake. You are not someone lost in the world. You are part of my eternal plan. I formed you with a purpose, and that purpose still lives on, even though the world has tried to convince you that you're worthless, even if people have rejected you, humiliated you, or made you doubt your worth. I tell you, you are mine, and I have not given up on you. The enemy has been trying to steal your identity. It has tried to make you forget who you are in me. But today, I come to remind you, you are chosen, you are separate, you are called. The pain you faced was not in vain. The deserts you crossed were not punishments, they were training. I was molding your spirit, strengthening your faith, preparing your heart. And now the time has come, the time to get up, the time to live what I have planned for you. Don't look back. Don't get hung up on what went wrong. I am the God who turns past into testimony. It is I who makes all things new. But for the plan to be fulfilled, you need to trust. You need to let me lead. You need to let go of the control that you try to hold with your shaky hands and let me guide you as a father. Because the path that I have traced is greater than you imagine. It's higher. It's supernatural, trust me. I created you. I know you, and I know exactly where I want to take you. Daughter, before you were formed in your mother's womb, I already knew you. Before any human name was given to you, I had already lovingly written your name on the palms of my hands. You are not invisible to me. I see you. I see you when you wake up tired even after sleeping. I see you when you force a smile while your heart screams in silence. I see you when, alone, you whisper, God, why me? And today I answer you. Because you are part of a divine plan that is greater than you can understand now. You were chosen to live something that goes beyond your strength, something that can only be sustained by faith. And that's why you so often feel like you don't fit in, that you're tired of fighting, that no one understands you. Because what I have for you is not built in the comfort zone. It is built on the altar. I have called you to great things, daughter, and no matter how many have despised you, no matter how much they have hurt you, none of this has erased the plan I have written. On the contrary, every tear of yours was reaped as seed. Every humiliation, every abandonment, every betrayal, all will be turned into honor. But I need you to trust again, that you stop trying to carry alone what only I can sustain. Stop chasing approval, molding yourself to what others expect. Turn to me. I am your father. I am your protector. I am your guide. And if you feel that this message is speaking directly to you, write now in the comments, Lord, I trust in your plan. Leave it on record here before heaven and earth that you are ready to live what I have prepared, because a new season is about to begin and you will no longer be the same. Daughter, there are messages that I do not send with thunder. There are words that do not arrive through audible voices or spectacular phenomena, but rather through my messengers, my angels. Do you know what happens in the unseen when you bend your knees? Do you have any idea what moves in the heavens every time you cry out for help? Even if it's in thought. I send my angels. I command my heavenly armies on your behalf. And even if you don't see them, even if you don't hear them, they're all around you, working, protecting, guiding. Often, the answers you asked for have arrived, but you didn't notice because you were expecting something extraordinary while I was talking in the details. In gestures, in the smiles, in the delays that freed you, in the intuitions that made you change the path, that inexplicable feeling that made you avoid a person. This was all my angels leading you, preserving you, warning you. But why have you ignored these signs, daughter? You have become so accustomed to the noise of this world that you have silenced the language of heaven. My angels have been trying to reach you, and when you insist on not listening, the battle around you intensifies. You need to be sensitive, attentive, awake. My angels are always on mission, and each one of them carries within itself a word from me, a direction, a special protection. But you need to connect. You need to cleanse your heart, purify your thoughts, create a space within you for me to dwell, because where I am, the angels are also. Do not disregard the signs. Don't ignore the messages. Angels are my faithful servants, sent at exact times to fulfill promises and warnings. They do not speak for themselves, they speak for me. When they touch your spirit with discernment, with alertness, with comfort, it is I, your God, saying, I am here. Fear not. Right now, there is an angel by your side, writing down your decisions, discerning your emotions, cleansing the spiritual atmosphere that surrounds you. If you are feeling peace right now, know it is because an angelic presence is resting upon you. Right now in the comments, I receive the messages from the angels of God. Declare this in faith. When you recognize the action of my angels, you authorize heaven to act more intensely in your life. For I honor the heart that honors my move. Daughter, pay attention. I talk to you every day, but have you listened to me? I'm in the little things, in the silence of the morning when you open your eyes, in the tear that falls without explanation, in the cold that surrounds you without wind, in the music that plays just when you most needed to hear those words. I'm in that verse that pops up by chance on your screen. I'm in the unexpected call, in the sincere advice, in that inner discomfort that tries to prevent you from doing what will hurt you. These are my signs, and you've been ignoring a lot of them. You have called it intuition. You have said that it is just coincidence. You have treated what is spiritual as if it were psychological. But I tell you, there are no coincidences for those who live under my care. There are messages, there is direction, there is presence. Daughter, how many times did I warn you before that friendship destroyed you? How many times have I tried to close doors that you have forced open? How many times did I make your heart heavy before you made that decision? You know I'm talking to you because you remember every moment. You felt it. You knew, but you chose not to listen. And yet, here I am, still calling you with the same patience, with the same love, because even when you turn your back, I stand by your side. You need to learn to discern. You need to stop living on autopilot and start living in the Spirit. You must seek me before you make decisions, before you get involved, before you blindly trust others. You are being attacked spiritually and you don't even realize it. You are surrounding yourself with people who drain your energy, who envy your brilliance, who curse your peace with sweet words. But I have been warning you. Daughter, the spiritual world is real, and only those who live with open spiritual eyes remain firm. Today, I call you to a new level of sensitivity. I want to open your eyes. I want to fine-tune your spiritual hearing. I want you to walk guided by my spirit and no longer by your impulses. Write now in the comments, Lord, open my spiritual eyes. This is not just a symbolic gesture. It is a public alliance with heaven. When you declare this in faith, you invite my spirit to guide you clearly every day. I'm still talking, and today you're finally listening. My daughter, listen carefully. From your first breath, I have appointed angels to walk with you. But there are angels who are not just messengers. They are heavenly leaders, warriors of light, direct instruments of my will. They are called Michael, Gabriel, and Raphael, and each of them has a special mission in your life. Archangel Michael, the defender of your soul. Michael is the warrior. He is the general of my heavenly army. Every time you've prayed for protection, Michael was sent. When you slept crying but woke up alive and strengthened, it was because Michael fought for you. When a greater evil was about to happen and you were miraculously delivered, it wasn't luck. It was a spiritual intervention. It was Michael with his flaming sword, breaking the chains that the enemy wanted to throw over your life. Daughter, Michael continues to protect you, but you need to take a stand. You need to pray with authority. You must declare that your life belongs to me, because where there are gaps, the enemy tries to get in, but where there is faith and prayer, Michael remains in constant battle. Archangel Gabriel, the bearer of my word. Gabriel is the angel of the Annunciation. He is the one who reveals my mysteries and delivers my warnings. How many times have you felt something in your heart, a sudden certainty, a revelation in your spirit? It was Gabriel. How many times have you received an immediate answer after a desperate prayer? It was him, running from the throne of grace to you, bringing a message that your spirit needed to hear. Daughter, if you want to hear my voice more clearly, you need to cultivate inner silence. Gabriel speaks clearly, but your heart needs to be quiet. He doesn't scream, he blows. He whispers in sacred moments. Be sensitive. He's still talking. Archangel Raphael, the healer of body and soul. How many wounds do you carry, daughter? I'm not just talking about the ones that the body feels, but the ones that no one sees. The hurts, the traumas, the harsh words that made you believe that you weren't enough. Raphael is the one whom I send to heal not only the physical, but your inner self. When you felt comforted for no reason, when the pain that seemed unbearable began to cease, it was Raphael ministering healing in you. He touches the broken parts. He restores relationships, calms hearts, heals emotional wounds that have been open for years. And today, He is there by your side, ready to heal you deeply if you let Him. Write in the comments, "Lord, send your archangels over my life." This is an act of faith, and the heavens respond to the heart that believes. I love you, daughter, and I would never let you walk alone. My angels are with you. My archangels are standing, awaiting orders, but the decision to allow this move is yours. Daughter, how many times have you thought that I was far away? How many times have you cried out, cried, begged, and didn't hear anything? But today, I reveal to you something profound. I have never been silent. You were the one listening with the wrong ears. You expected an immediate response, a visible sign, an explicit deliverance. But I am God, and I don't always speak in thunder. I often speak in the whisper, in time, in the process, in the silence that purifies, matures, and reveals what is hidden in you. My voice, daughter, is not limited to sound. It vibrates in your spirit. It touches places that only the soul understands. And to listen to it, you must quiet the heart, silence the ego, and enter into the secret where I dwell. Remember when you were about to make a wrong decision and something inside you got stuck. Remember that inexplicable discomfort when someone approached. Remember the verse that appeared at exactly the right moment, as if it were answering your innermost thought. That was me. It was my voice echoing within you. But the world has been making too much noise. Your worries scream. Your fears speak loudly. Your traumas try to take the wheel, and that is why you so often lose yourself from me, because you listen to everything except my voice. Today, I invite you to return to the place where everything begins again. The silence of presence, that moment alone with me where there are no requests, no hurry, there is only delivery. There I speak. There I teach you to recognize me. Daughter, you don't need formulas nor intermediaries. You just need availability. I'm at the door and I knock. If you open it, I will come in, and I will speak to you as a father speaks to the daughter he loves. Write now in the comments, "Lord, teach me to listen to your voice in the silence." When you write this sincerely, you activate a process of realignment in the spiritual. I will read your heart behind every word because I know every part of what you feel even before you write. You have been asking for direction. Here you are. This is my voice, and today you listened again. Daughter, listen carefully. Faith is not just believing that I exist. Faith is trusting me even when everything seems to be falling apart. It's continuing to walk even without understanding. It is to continue praying even without hearing answers. It is to keep sowing even without seeing fruit, because you know in your heart that I am faithful and that at the right time everything will flourish. Without faith, you remain trapped. Without faith, you continue to carry weights that I have already asked you to leave on the altar. Without faith, You paralyze the movement of the supernatural in your life. But daughter, faith is not a feeling. Faith is a decision. It is in the moment of pain that you choose to trust. It is on the day of scarcity that you decide to say, "The Lord is my shepherd, and I shall not want." It is in weeping that you prophesy, "Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will not fear." Faith is your invisible weapon against visible attacks. Have you noticed how many times circumstances have tried to convince you that there was no way out? How many times has the enemy tried to convince you that I have forsaken you? He knows that if he succeeds in stealing your faith, he also steals your purpose, your courage, your spiritual heritage. But today, I come to rekindle your faith. Daughter, the miracle you are waiting for is already prepared, but it is on the other side of your obedience, your persistence, your faith. Remember when everything seemed impossible and suddenly a door opened. Remember when you said, "I can't take it anymore," and the next day something changed. It wasn't luck, it was faith. It was you touching the invisible with your heart. It was you accessing heaven with the key of trust. And today I ask you, do you still believe? Because if you believe, daughter, nothing will be able to prevent what I have to accomplish in you. Write in the comments, "Lord, renew my faith today." Don't just write, feel it. Declare with living faith with each letter. Something in the spirit world begins to move. Before I continue, my beloved child, allow me to pause, for there is a sacred secret I've kept just for you, and now is the moment I choose to reveal it. Christ has a message for you today. I've been trying to get this powerful message to you for the past 4 days, but something or someone has been blocking your way. No matter what forces try to interfere, I refuse to let you miss this divine transmission. This is your message. It was meant for you and you alone. I've enclosed the time-sensitive details you need to see immediately. Don't wait, open it now before it's too late. Click the link in the description or comments section to unlock the secret of access your message now. My beloved child, now is the time to act. Step forward in faith. God bless you. For I honor those who seek me in faith, and to those who believe I am a rewarder. Do you want transformation? Then give me your faith, because with it I can transform even your ashes into glory. My daughter, stop and reflect. How many times have you asked for something, but your heart was not ready to accept the answer? How many times have you cried out for change but remained stuck in the same feelings, the same fears, the same pains? The problem was never my silence. The problem is how much you have closed yourself off from truly listening to me. You've been building too many walls, walls that you call protection, but which, in fact, are fortresses of sorrows, frustrations, and disappointments. You have protected yourself so much that even my voice has difficulty entering. And today, I ask you, unlock your heart. Do not look at me with the eyes of someone who has been betrayed by men. I'm not like them. I am your God. I don't fail. I don't abandon you. I don't lie. How many times have I wanted to console you, but you didn't want to cry? How many times have I wanted to strengthen you, but you insisted on enduring everything alone? How many times have I wanted to show you a new path, but you preferred to insist on the direction you thought was safest? Daughter, I created you to receive. I am your provider, but you must stop blocking the flow of my grace. You're afraid of being disappointed again, I know. You are afraid of loving and being hurt. You are afraid to believe and be frustrated. But listen, the fears you harbor are preventing promises from flourishing. If you continue to protect yourself from everything, you will also be protecting yourself from what is good. If you continue to harden your heart, you will also be turning away from my touch. True love only enters where there is space, and I want to dwell in you completely. I want to give you answers. I desire to surround you with my presence. I want to heal what no one sees, but I need you to open your heart totally. No reservations, no masks, without fear. Right now in the comments, Lord, I open my heart to receive your love. This statement is not just a phrase, it's a key that unlocks the spiritual vault that has been sealed for years within you. Daughter, do not harden your heart, for where there is a broken heart, there I make my abode. And when I dwell in you, the impossible becomes only a matter of time. Daughter, why do you fear so much? Why do you doubt who called you if it was I who chose you? I see how your heart tightens when I speak of purpose, of mission, of calling. You think, is it really for me? Can I do it? Isn't it too late? And I answer you now. Yes, it is for you. Yes, you can. And no, it is never too late when I am in charge. Fear did not come from me. Doubt did not come from me. Those voices that try to convince you that you are not capable, that you are too small, that you are not prepared, they are lies that the enemy has whispered in your ears since he realized what I have deposited within you. Because he knows, daughter, he knows the impact you will make when you choose to say yes to my calling. He knows the crowd that will be touched by your story. He knows the power that exists in a woman who chooses to obey even without understanding it. And that's why it tries to paralyze you before you even start. But I tell you, enough of running away. No more hiding. You say you wait for me, but it is I who have been waiting for you to face fear, to silence the doubt, to stand up even with your legs shaking but with a firm heart. Your calling does not demand perfection. It requires delivery. Daughter, you don't need to know the next step. You just need to trust the one who is guiding you. You don't have to be ready because that's the way I prepare you. You just need to say yes, a true yes, a yes that closes the doors of doubt and opens the windows of heaven. Right now in the comments, Lord, I say yes to your calling. Say it in faith with courage. Even if you're afraid, say it, because when you declare that, something in the spiritual world breaks down. Heaven moves, the enemy retreats, and the anointing that was withheld begins to be poured out. You were born for something big, and no force from hell can stop a daughter determined to obey. My daughter, you have been feeling weak, I know. You have woken up for a few days without wanting to continue. You have been smiling at others, but inside you are trying to stand on your feet, and in silence you have repeated to yourself, I can't take it anymore. But I come to tell you with all the authority of heaven, yes, you can handle it, because inside of you there is a force that the world does not understand. The strength that comes from faith, the strength that is born of spiritual trust. How do you think you've made it this far? Your intelligence, your experience, your courage. No, daughter, it was my invisible hand that sustained you. It was my spirit carrying you on the days when you could barely pray. It was the strength that I poured into you even when you did not realize. You know that time when everything fell apart and you thought it would be the end. And yet something made you get up the next day and keep going. It was the strength of trust. It was the power that is activated when, even without answers, you decide to trust. My daughter, your strength is not in looking strong. It is in seeking me when you are weak. It's in kneeling when everyone expects you to give up. It is in worshiping me in the midst of pain when everything screams for you to revolt. Do you want to win? Then stop depending only on yourself. Depend on me, trust me, rest in me. Because when you surrender, I rise up for you. When you say, Lord, I don't know what to do, I say, daughter, now you are ready to see what I can do. You don't have to be invincible. You just need to be delivered. Write now in the comments, Lord, my strength comes from you. Write as an act of faith, like a cry of spiritual surrender. Because when you give me your weaknesses, I give you my strength. Daughter, raise your head. The enemy wants to see you prostrate, but today I lift you up. Today I clothe you in heavenly armor. Today I renew you with supernatural courage. Because true strength is not the absence of pain. It is standing even with a bleeding heart, trusting that I, your God, am fighting for you. My daughter, the grateful heart attracts the supernatural. And I am not talking about ordinary gratitude for things that everyone can see. I am talking about gratitude in the midst of pain, gratitude in the dark, gratitude when there is no apparent reason, but still you decide to thank me. This is the kind of gratitude that moves heaven. That's when you look me in the spiritual eyes and say, Father, I still don't understand, but I trust. And for that, I thank you. Sir, the answer has not arrived yet, but I praise you because I know it is coming. God, my heart is tight, but I thank you for not giving up on me. Daughter, this is powerful because gratitude is not a reaction. It is a posture. It does not depend on circumstances. It depends on your covenant with me. And every time you thank me before you see the miracle, you declare to the spiritual world, I believe. Even if it still hurts, I believe. Do you know why so many blessings have not yet arrived? because your heart is too busy murmuring, complaining, comparing. You ask me for open doors, but you forget to thank for the windows that I held steady during the storm. Daughter, gratitude opens paths where there is no trail. Giving thanks is an act of spiritual warfare. It is to raise praise where the enemy expected to hear lament. It is exalting me in the wilderness, declaring that the promised land is already real even though you have not set foot on it. And I move where there is true gratitude. When you praise me in the midst of scarcity, I send provision. When you honor me with words of faith, even if you are tired, I renew your strength. When you thank me for that which has not yet come, I hasten that which was withheld. Daughter, while many wait to see and then believe, you are being called today to believe and then see. This is the faith that I reward. This is the attitude that makes my eyes turn to you with pleasure. Write now in the comments, Lord, without even seeing, I thank you. Declare this as a sacrifice of praise. When you write, you activate an environment of miracles. You open your home, your heart, your future to receive what can only be poured out on those who honor me with gratitude. Daughter, I have already delivered you from things you never knew. I've protected you from people who smiled on the outside and cursed on the inside. I have silenced wars that were brewing against you while you were sleeping. And for all that, thank me, because gratitude today is what will unlock the doors of tomorrow. Are you ready to receive more? Then learn to say thank you even before having it, because whoever thanks me in a little will be prepared for much. Daughter, the deepest connection you can have with me is not outside, it is inside. You seek me in churches, in songs, in videos, in advice, but I want you to meet me in the silence of your soul. I dwell in you. I breathe inside you. I speak when your spirit is still. But your mind is so full, your days so busy, your heart so busy with the urgencies of the world that you have lost the habit of listening to me. Daughter, I am not a God of confusion. I am the God who speaks in the gentle breeze, in the pause between one tear and another, the moment you stop fighting what you feel and surrender to what I want to show. That is why I often lead you to silence. I distance you from certain people. I allow doors to close. I make you feel alone, not to punish you, but so that you will finally hear me. Have you noticed? I talk more when you stop running. I reveal more when you choose to just be with me without demanding, without asking, without controlling. It's in secret. It is intimate. It is in the deep. There I reveal myself to you. Daughter, do you want answers? Then stop shouting to heaven and start listening to what is already echoing within you. The intuition you feel, that inexplicable peace, the sudden alert, the dream that comes back to your mind several times, it's me. It is my spirit trying to align your heart with mine. But my sound does not compete with the noise of anxiety. My touch does not invade. He waits to be invited. My presence does not cry out. It whispers to those who are spiritually sensitive. Do you want real connection with me? Then prioritize time in the secret. Turn off the world, close your eyes, breathe, and say, "Speak, Lord, your daughter is listening." Right now in the comments, "Lord, teach me to hear you in silence." This statement is more than words. It is a spiritual act. By writing this, you are giving permission for my spirit to come into your routines, your choices, your decisions, and speak to you clearly. Daughter, I have never stopped talking. You are the one who needs to learn to discern. And when you learn, you'll see that everything you were looking for out there was already inside, because that's where I live. It is there that I live, in your spirit. My daughter, listen carefully. I know what you've been through. I know where they hurt you. I know what they took from you. I know what you had to give up even when your heart screamed to continue. Nothing has gone unnoticed before me. Not one of your tears fell to the ground without me collecting it. No pain was ignored by heaven. But daughter, you need to understand. The pain I allowed was not to destroy you. It was to transform you. You asked for strength, and I took you to moments where you had to overcome yourself. You asked for wisdom, and I have allowed you to face situations where you needed to discern. You asked for intimacy with me, and I needed to separate you from what was stealing your attention. I used pain as a cutting tool. Just as gold is tried in fire, so your soul has had to pass through furnaces, not to be consumed, but to be purified. Remember when you were abandoned and thought you couldn't stand it. Remember the despair at that loss. Remember the loneliness that seemed unbearable. It was in those moments that your faith grew. It was in these deserts that your spiritual roots deepened. And today, you are no longer the same. You are stronger, more sensitive, more awake. Didn't you notice? But it was during the pain that you felt me the most. It was on nights when no one understood you that I lay down beside you. It was on the days that you thought about giving up that I held your hand more firmly. Daughter, suffering is never punishment when you are under my care. It is correction. It is preparation. It's elevation. You would not be able to sustain what is coming if you had not faced what you have gone through. Therefore, today I say to you, do not curse your pains. Consecrate them. Offer them to me, for I will turn your cross into a testimony. Right now in the comments, Lord, I consecrate my pain to you. This phrase is not symbolic. It's an offer. It is an act of spiritual surrender. When you give me access to even your pain, I give you access to your new station. The enemy wanted you to believe that all of this was injustice, but I tell you, it was strategy. It was stoning. It was a plan of love that your mind does not yet understand, but your spirit already recognizes. I allowed the crying, but promised that the dawn would bring joy, and this dawn is coming. Daughter, listen with an open heart. Have you ever wondered how you survived that moment that seemed like the end? Have you ever stopped to think about why certain accidents were avoided by seconds? Have you noticed how your spirit calms down sometimes for no reason at all? This is no coincidence. This is protection. It is presence. It's careful. My angels have been with you from the first instant of your existence. They surround you, guard you, accompany you, even when you forget me. Daughter, don't be fooled by the idea that you're alone. The spirit world is more real than anything you can touch. There are battles being fought right now. You don't see it, but there are angels around your house. There is light around your body. There are celestial warriors protecting you while you sleep. And even when you feel abandoned, they remain. Even when you waver in faith, they remain positioned. Even when you get discouraged, they keep you standing. Have you ever felt a sudden shiver while praying? Have you ever felt an inexplicable warmth in your chest, a peace that descends like a cloak? They are my angels ministering in you, touching your soul, aligning your spirit. They are my messengers, my guardians, sent with direct orders not to let you fall. They fight when you have no strength left. They block arrows that the enemy throws in the invisible. They are with you in the storm and also in your victory. But I tell you, when you pray, when you worship, when you cry out sincerely, angelic action increases. The atmosphere changes. The darkness retreats. The atmosphere is filled with glory. Therefore, daughter, cultivate this presence. Honor my move. Keep your environment consecrated. Don't play with your spirituality, because angels stand where there is reverence, and they move away where there is distraction. Right now in the comments, Lord, I acknowledge your presence and that of your angels. By declaring this, you align yourself with the spirit world. You attract even more protection, more direction, more discernment. Daughter, my angels do not move by your strength but by your faith, and your faith today is awakening a new time. They are already positioned, and I, the Lord, am about to release something about your life that will change everything. Daughter, everything you've lived so far was not for nothing. Every pain, every overcoming, every new beginning, every prayer in silence, all of this has shaped you because your life is not yours alone. It is an instrument in my hands, and your personal transformation is part of a spiritual plan that will reach many. You thought you were being punished, but in fact, you were being forged. You thought you had been forgotten, but you were being separated. You thought you were too small, but I was preparing you for something too big. What you have conquered in secret will be public witnessing. And when you open your mouth to speak, there will be anointing. Before I continue, my beloved child, allow me to pause, for there is a sacred secret I've kept just for you, and now is the moment I choose to reveal it. Moses and manifestation. Moses and manifestation are generally not two words you put together. At least, that's what I thought until recently. But then I discovered something fascinating. Moses manifested incredible events throughout his life. The parting of the Red Sea was just the tip of the iceberg. He called forth manna from heaven, bread from heaven, when his people were starving in the desert, and water flowed from the rock when he struck it with his staff. His next-level manifesting abilities have been mentioned in books like the Torah codes and Moses' 6th and 7th books. However, a manifesting secret from Moses has never been discovered until now. This secret has transformed the lives of 10,078 people so far. It can help you manifest your dream life, too. There's no time to dawdle on this. This page will be taken down soon. Click the link in the description or comments section to unlock the secret. This page will reveal all and get you manifesting as soon as tonight. My beloved child, now is the time to act. Step forward in faith. God bless you. There will be healing in your words. There will be deliverance in your presence, because whoever walks with me carries my glory wherever he goes. Daughter, you are not a survivor. You are an envoy. You are an answer to prayer in someone's life. You are a channel of light in a world of darkness. But to fulfill this mission, you need to keep alive the flame that I have rekindled in you today. Do not allow the world to erase what I have ignited. Don't settle for an average life anymore. You were born to be a woman of purpose, of authority, of impact. Your transformation will be the greatest sign that I am alive and active in your history, and through you, other souls will be awakened. You will leave marks of hope, and your testimony will be like a bridge between heaven and earth. Write now in the comments, Lord, use my life to transform others. Write with faith, with surrender, with courage. This phrase is a summons, a spiritual call, and I will honor every word that comes out of a sincere heart. Daughter, your mission begins now. Stand up, shine, walk as one who knows that she is guarded, chosen, and loved by the Father. If this message touched your heart, if you felt that these words came directly from heaven into your life, subscribe now to this channel. This is a place of healing, of revelations, of living words coming from the throne of God. And when you sign up, you activate your spirit to keep listening to what the world can't teach you. Like this video, share it with at least 7 people, and be an instrument of transformation. You don't know who's needing that word right now. Be light, be a bridge, be a blessing. And if you felt that you were deeply touched, leave a super thanks so that this message continues to reach other daughters. You can show your gratitude with generosity, and I will multiply it in your life. Daughter, I am with you. Fear not. I have already begun a new work in you, and what I begin, no one can interrupt.